Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, I want you to do me a favor on this morning, and I want you to help welcome an awesome author, brand new publication out titled, Why Should I Believe? Why Should I Believe? Why Should I Believe? Why Should You Believe? A wake-up call to the church. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Terry Reed. Yeah. Woo-hoo. Terry, they love you, man.
Oh, that's good.
Well, you know what? I can't imagine introducing myself, someone introducing me, and I get this big, huge, thunderous applause, and I remain so laid back the way you just did. Yeah, okay. Hey, that's good. Terry Reed, God bless you, man. This is Pastor Kevin. How you doing this morning?
Well, I'm doing pretty well.
You know, why should I believe? Why should you believe? A wake-up call to the church. Man, that's a very interesting title. But before we talk about the book today, Terry, I want you to take a few minutes out to introduce yourself. Who are you? Who is Terry Reed? Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. Give us just a little bit of history about Terry Reed.
Okay, well, basically, I'm a Missouri boy, but I'm living in Texas now. I've been married for almost 24 years. I have an 8-year-old son. But basically, I think what is significant is I'm probably like all of the people or most of the people in your audience in that I am just a parishioner. When I go to church, I'm just a parishioner. I'm just a person in the pews, just like they are. So I wrote the book from that perspective.
Right.
I basically am addressing where the church didn't prepare me for what I was going to be facing in life, and that's why I say a wake-up call to the church. I'm thinking the church needs to start addressing some of these issues that it's afraid to address.
Right. Terry, before you continue, is that us in the background there? Did that finally pull up?
No, never did. It just keeps timing out. I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, I'm hearing something in the background. I was just going to ask you if you can turn it down a little bit because it's giving me like this feedback, like this delay. And I thought it was us. That's
okay.
all.
My apologies. I'll try to block it out as well as I can. But as I mentioned, I'm at work.
Yeah.
And there's other conversations going on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we don't worry about that. Well, let's talk about it. Why should I believe? Why should you believe? A wake-up call to the church. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, basically, I give my life history, how I was raised in the church. I was raised in a Christian family, grew up in the church, actually a Baptist church, and I was baptized when I was 9, but I would say at a very early age, probably from the time I was about that same age, 9 or 10, I started having questions because I could read the Bible,
right?
But yet I'd watch documentaries like The Undersea World of Jacques Cousteau, and they talk about millions of years of evolution, and we had the encyclopedias at home, and it talked about all the periods of Earth history, and talk about the Jurassic period and the Triassic period and all of that. Well, I knew that did not mesh with what I was reading in the Bible.
Okay.
Those two things didn't go together. I knew this at an early age. And the church didn't really address these issues. And then So I started having, I would say, some cognitive dissonance myself when I was about 10.
Okay.
And then, of course, when I got in college, I was totally unprepared to have these discussions with some of the people that I was trying to have discussions with about the Bible or about spiritual matters. They believed in the general theory of evolution, or my roommate actually told me that he would be a Christian if he believed in God, but he wasn't sure he could believe in God. And the reason he couldn't believe in God was because he knew that the Bible was inconsistent with everything he understood about science, that the Earth was 4.6 billion years old, and he knew that didn't fit in with the biblical creation account. And I wasn't sure how to discuss any of this with them, or how to address these issues. So I was just unprepared by the church. But But I think maybe a lot of pastors themselves have not been, they've maybe been compromised. I think a lot of seminaries are being compromised now. So a lot of pastors themselves aren't really committed to a biblical creation account, and so anyway, it's just kind of a self-perpetuating problem, and now I'm trying to work, or now it's my desire, or has been my desire, to work with churches to get this message out to the people in the pews like me, that they can believe the Bible. I want other people to have this same assurance.
Right.
But I have found very little cooperation from church leadership. So I wrote this book to get this message out to people directly, that they can believe the Bible.
Right. Well, I believe strongly that God always gives us, well, let me back up. God will place us pretty much sometime in a very uncomfortable position. He will allow us to step up and step out on faith so that we realize how much we should depend on him. God is giving you things even as we speak. He's giving you things right now that will give you the opportunity, allow you the opportunity to reach out to those people that you always have. And sometimes we go through those tough times and those trials because God is telling us to do something versus depend on someone else to do it for us. If God would have allowed certain pastors or church members to feed you with the information that you found out and learned about during your studies, then you wouldn't receive as much as you received out of this process. So God blessed you even when you didn't think you were being blessed. Now, if someone, now obviously God, he has given you a desire, a determination to write this book, and he obviously revealed to you the information that needed to be placed in the book. Now, without going into any detail, where is it that people can learn a little bit more about the book? Do you have a website? Do you have social media sites? Is the book available for purchase? Where is it that they can learn a little bit more about it, and where can they purchase it when and if they wanted to receive a copy of it?
Well, it's available on whyshouldyoubelieve.com. Whyshouldyoubelieve.com. I also have a blog there. If you could click on blog, and you can read my various articles that I've written. I talk about what is going on currently, and I try to talk about things from a biblical perspective. I always have scripture included in my articles.
Okay.
And I think sometimes they're rather entertaining. Like, for instance, one of my articles is I talk about how I say, sorry, Hulk fans, and I talk about I was watching the Incredible Hulk movie with me, and my wife got mad at me when I had her pause it so I could explain to her how that violated the first law of thermodynamics.
Wow.
When the Hulk hulked out, because he had this big increase in mass when he hulked out. Well, where did all that mass come from? You know, people can get bigger over time as they eat. They can get bigger if they work out or whatever. Well, he just got bigger instantaneously. Where did all that mass come from? And that is the same problem that philosophical materialists have with the Big Bang Theory. They think everything came out of nothing. It's a violation of the first law of thermodynamics.
Okay. Well, you know what? I do, as I've had this conversation with you, I do realize that a lot of what people are learning now, and a lot of what people are afraid of, is based on them basically not knowing. We have a tendency living in the flesh to be afraid of those things that we don't know about. When we address unfamiliar territory, it frightens us. One of the reasons that we are not, a lot of us in the natural, in the flesh, we are afraid of putting our whole heart into serving Christ, because we're afraid because we don't understand. So a lot of times we step away from things in which we don't understand. I believe in my spirit, Terry, that you're going to reveal some of the things in this book that we normally wouldn't understand. And what that will do, it will allow others to be pulled in, because now those that took a plunge and said, I'm going to try to find out what's really going on in this book with the dynamics that he's mentioned. Now these individuals will be able to explain it to others, and it'll begin as a snowball effect to pull others in so that they can get a better understanding about it. You agree?
Yeah. I tell people I wrote this book so even I can understand it.
All right.
So.
All right. Yeah. So, there you go.
If I can understand it, other people can understand it.
Amen. Now, if they want to purchase a copy of it, of course, you mentioned your website, you mentioned your blog. Is it available on a location like Amazon or something like that? Can people go to it and purchase it if they like?
Well, yeah, it's on Amazon, but you don't have to go to Amazon.
Okay.
You can just go to the website and you can click. It has where you can click it'll take you. You can buy it from Westbow Publishers.
Okay. And what's your website one more time?
WhyShouldYouBelieve.com. WhyShouldYouBelieve.com.
Okay, WhyShouldYouBelieve.com is the website. And is there a phone number just in case somebody wanted to reach out and give you a call? Is there a phone number they can reach you?
Okay. Well, my home phone, and it's probably better if I leave my home phone.
Okay.
If I'm not there, they can leave a voicemail.
Okay.
It's 210. 661-9265, 210-661-9265. 9265. That's 210-661-9265, 210-661-9265. Terry Reed, he is the author of Why Should I Believe? Why Should You Believe? A wake-up call to the church. Awesome publication, recently released. And, of course, the website, whyshouldyoubelieve.com. That's whyshouldyoubelieve.com. We encourage you today. You'll hear more from Terry. We're going to work out some details to have Terry be a featured author on the GMAP Broadcast Network. We're going to be talking more to him in the very near future about his book. And, of course, we're going to continue. We're going to continue to reach out to Terry. Terry, we just want to say thank you so much, Terry, for your time today. We're going to continue to show our love, care, concern, and support for what you're doing. Again, we look forward to reading this publication, Why Should I Believe? Why Should You Believe? A wake-up call to the church. Terry, we thank you today, and we thank you for joining us here on the GMAP Broadcast Network, okay? Okay, well, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, you know what? We love to take time out to say thank you to all of those that take time out to visit us here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. And Terry is no different. We thank God for who he is and all of the awesome work that he's doing. We want to say continue to show your love, care, concern, and support to this young man. Don't forget to visit his website. Again, the website address is whyshouldyoubelieve.com. If you want to reach him, the number is 210-661-9265. That's 210 661-9265. Give him a call. Stop by his website. Read his blog. More importantly, purchase the book. Is that all right, Terry? Is that all right? Did I say it right?
Oh, yeah, you got everything right.
You're so funny, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, we want to make sure that we show Terry some appreciation. So why don't you do me one more big favor as we prepare to let him go and move on with today's program? Do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen, show him some love, and let's put our hands together one more time and give him a nice thunderous round of applause. He's the author. Put your hands together for Terry Reed. Terry, God bless you, man. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Okay, well, thank you.
All right. Man, I love this job. Let me get back to more music.
Inspirational, motivational, uplifting, and encouraging. Gospel music and production.